Looking for Madden 22 Ultimate Team coins? IG Vault has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SportsGamers for 6% off your order. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com. I'm super excited for today's Madden 22 video. In this tip, I'm going to show you maybe the best play in the entire game. No defense can stop this. It has so many tough routes on the field. It's impossible to defend. So a lot of people are running the gun bunch or the gun bunch offset for this play because, like I said, the defense just cannot do anything with it, whether you're in man or zone. It's very easy to run, and it's definitely something you guys are going to want to add into your offense. So in this particular video, I am using the Seahawks playbook on offense, but honestly, any playbook that has gun bunch or gun bunch offset, you can definitely find this in. Now, guys, just a reminder before we get into the video, if you're enjoying my content, I do tips and gameplays for Madden 22 on a daily basis. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop me a like on the video. The likes really do help out a lot. If we can get 250 likes on this video, we'll go ahead and post another fire tip from the gun bunch. So the play we're going to look at is verticals. I'm going to move the ball back. And you always want to have your bunch on the wide side of the field. So here, since we have our bunch on the right, since the ball's lined up on the left hash, we have the bunch on the right side of the field. We're going to start off against cover 3. Guys, if you want the best offense in Madden 22, make sure to check out sportsgamers.com. We have the best offenses and the best defenses up. We have an offensive and defensive guide and our weekly tips in the Madden Vault. We have actually 2 offensive schemes. If you want the gun bunch offset, we got that. Also, if you want a non-meta offense, a unique offense that's under center based, that's something different than what everybody's running, check out our Madden 22 Washington offensive guide. Put a link to it in the comments in the description. It is really, really good if you don't want to run the bunch like everybody else is doing. Hey, but if you do want to run the bunch, we have that offense up as well for our Indianapolis playbook in the offensive domination guide. All right, so this is cover 3, and we're just going to go from here. So there's basically 2 adjustments I make on this play. I like to go ahead and put the running back on an out route out of the backfield, and then I streak my receiver that's on the outside of the bunch. Now, this play is so hard to stop because if you don't deep half the corner on the left, that's a touchdown every single time. That is a glitch in the game with wheels and streaks. I've kind of gone over this a lot, but when you have a wheel route and then a streak in the seam, basically, the outside third zone stops guarding the streak to take the wheel route. And as soon as you see this, the safety obviously being in the middle of the field, you just lob it up there away from the safety, and it's a free touchdown. Something the defense is not going to be able to stop without putting that guy in a deep half, which if they do that, then that opens them up to getting beat deep. Not deep, but on the sidelines for corner routes and things like that. So, at this point, that's obviously an easy read for us. But the thing that makes this play so good is you have plenty of other reads too. So look at this crossing route. First of all, we make them stop that out route by the running back by doing a hard flat. And if you do that, the crossing route's going to be there all day long. This crossing route's super effective. You guys are going to see in a second here how truly good it is. If you want to zone drop to defend the crossing route, that's why I put the running back on an out route out of the backfield, because then, I can just dump it off and get free yardage. I mean, it's not going to be as much, obviously, as hitting the crosser, but it's definitely something you guys can do all day long very, very effectively. Now, if the defense switches it up, obviously, they won't play the same coverage all day long. Against man, this is extremely effective still because the crossing route and the out route to the running back will both be man coverage. You guys can see here. I mean, the running back is open by a good 5+ yards out of the backfield. Now, you might want to put an ability on the running back if you're going to pass the ball to him a lot. But like here, you guys can see, we didn't even need to do that. He has nothing, and he is just wide open for an easy throw and catch. Very consistent. If you guys can zoom out here, you guys can see, he's open by, like I said, a good 5+ yards here. So that's something we can very easily do to attack the defense as well. You guys can see the crossing route is getting open. Man coverage simply can just not stop this crossing route. You can throw a quick here, like right off the cut, and catch it in a stride like that. Or you can kind of wait for it to get more on the sideline too. But it's very, very simple route to beat man coverage. Again, all I'm doing is putting the running back on an out route and streaking the receiver on the outside of the bunch. Very simple route combo. And it's a quick snap setup too, so the defense is not going to be able to do a million adjustments. As you guys can see, easy dot on the sideline, and we just dropped the ball. Beasley let us down. Anyways, let's move on to cover 4. So against cover 4, you're not really going to be able to bomb it as easily. Now, if they press you, you might be able to just run right by them, but most people are smart enough now to know they probably shouldn't use press coverage. So at that point, we're going to be looking to hit either the seams, the running back out of the backfield, or the crossing route. So here, I'm going to show you how I attack the seams, basically. It's very simple. You just hit that tight end right as he's cutting upfield. If they're in a defense like this, the cover 4, or certain other defenses too, you're going to be able to do that pretty easily. Now, you're not always going to be able to. It just kind of depends upon their adjustments. But you can see he just kind of gets inside. Positioning, easy throw and catch. But at the same time, though, remember, you still do have that crossing route. The crossing route is the hardest route to guard on this play. It's going to get open really against every coverage in the game. At a certain point, as you guys can see here, I mean, simple throw and catch. I mean, it's just blatantly wide open. So really, when I go up against cover 2, I am looking to see if I have the flats and also the seams. I do know that if I have enough time, I can definitely hit that crossing route. But the seams is definitely an easy throw. You just want to kind of possession catch it in between all those zones. It's not something that cover 2, like, again, you might be able to bomb it if they press. But again, most people are not going to press because they know that press coverage is going to get them killed at this point. But as you guys can see, you can kind of just run right by the zones and hit that crossing route. We just didn't get an accurate throw. Now, the other thing about cover 2 that makes it really bad is that you can, if you guys notice, you can kind of just bomb right down the sideline. Watch when it gets by that cloud. It's just wide open streak on the sideline. Now, if they zone drop like a lot of people are in cover 2, then they won't get open like that. But if they're not using zone drops, like really, really deep zone drops, literally just wait for it to run right by the zone. And then it could be a touchdown, or at least a big play, because those safeties in deep halves, they just absolutely are terrible. All I'm doing is waiting for them to get off that kind of little bump animation, and then I just kind of lead it to the sideline, a bullet pass. And then I try to click on a racket or potentially possession catch it too. But that's an easy throw and catch against cover 2. The only way you're going to stop that, like I said, if you turn your zone drops to Narnia. So that's something you can do that's pretty easy. Also, like I said, rolling out and hitting that crosser, pretty easy too. Hitting the flat out of the backfield. The seams, this play is just so deadly. Now, the last thing we're going to look at is if they happen to decide to blitz you. So one thing that I like to do if I notice that they're blitzing a lot is sometimes I just won't do the streak. Like if I know they're not doing cover 3, and, they might be blitzing me a lot of times I'll just keep this wheel route, because if I keep the wheel route, that's just a quick throw into the flat. It's easy yards against the blitz. Now, I'm not always going to do that, but if I notice that they're blitzing me and I'm not having enough time to go through my other progressions, then that's definitely something I'll do, just hike throw it, bam. I like doing that because I also have the running back out of the backfield and the seam to the tight end and the crossing route, so it's just a pretty quick read for me. As you guys can see here, the seam to the tight end. Another thing you can do that's very easy is to streak the running back out of the backfield, especially against blitzing defenses. I do like to do that because that just gives me another quick read that they have to account for. Boom, you can see right there. So if they're going to try to blitz you heavily, I probably wouldn't even block the running back. I would just look to do these little different adjustments to where now you have some easy, quicker reads. And as the user on this year's game, the movement's a lot slower. So they're not really going to be able to bait and switch guarding 2 and 3 different routes at a time this year. So if you do something like that, you're definitely going to catch them in the blitz, get some big yardage, and they'll probably calm down on that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tip. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.